Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of the WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm excited because we have a review of RU-251, the Tier 8 light tank, which is really epic. And if you haven't played it, now it's time for you to play it because it's really great. As you can see, I'm using my standard consumables, which is my standards. Okay, chocolate. Also improved fuel and protective kit because this tank has no armor. As you can see, the ammo loadout, I'm using 12 rounds of HE because the HE penetration with calibrated is great and you should use it. It increases your DPM. Here you have my equipment. It has no armor, so we're getting extra hit points. And for the last, I would use the toolbox to get repairs fast and consumable delivery system or hand consumables. It depends what your consumables. I decided to make a comparison on tank compare on blitzstars.com. If you want to visit this website, I will give you a link in the description. But let's focus on the tanks. I already added the German Bulldog, which is a premium tank. Even though, because there's not much light tanks on Tier 8, as you can see there's only 5 right now, so let's look at the DPM. As you can see, the DPM is great. The RU is really great tank, even if you need to frontline. The gun depression is quite funky, but I will show you in the armor inspector how it looks. It doesn't have no armor, so it's not the case of armor, but we're gonna look at the gun depression, and that's basically it. So as you can see, DPM is the best, penetration is almost the best. It's the same as we can say it's the same as the German Bulldog. Alpha damage, well, we are comparing T49 with 152mm gun, so not great. Lightweight with 280, but 225, it's quite nice. With this DPM, it's really fine. Rate of fire 11.42, as you can see, really awesome. Gun caliber, as I told you, 90mm. Shell velocity isn't great, but it's not bad also. It's in the middle of the pack. Only the AMX has significantly better shell velocity. Maybe but it's comparable to German Bulldog. Aim time, as you can see, is really great, 1.72. Only the German Bulldog has better. Dispersion is nice. Bulldog slightly better again. On-move rotation is the best. Well, it's exactly the same as the lightweight, but it's the best you can possibly get. Gun depression, as you can see there's 10 degrees, but this 10 degrees, it's just over the tracks, and when on front you have like 7 degrees, which is quite funky, but if you're used to it, it's okay. So you have the best gun depression, same as T49, but let's look at the speed, 80 kilometers per hour. And I forgot about one more thing, it has great HE penetration. So if you switch to HE and you use, let's switch the hash right here, HE right here, HE right here. As you can see, the German Bulldog also has this great penetration, is 102mm without calibrated shells. I'm using calibrated shells on this tank, and I really advise you to use calibrated shells because of this amazing penetration. It grows like to 112, and you can really HE the sides of the heavy tanks. It's amazing, and as you can see, you have over 3k, almost 3.1k DPM. And now I want to show you the funkiness of the gun depression. As you can see, it's only 6 degrees out front, but as soon as you move to the tracks, you're getting your 10 degrees. Over the back, it has no gun depression because you can see that the hole at the back is a bit up, so it's basically zero. You don't have any. So the best way to approach your enemies is by driving uphill like this, simply like this. You have nice chance to get back and forth in the sideways. so it's not really easy to hit you, and at the same time you have 10 degrees of gun depression. I had so many footage of this tank because I really like to play it. I decided to cut out the things that I could, simply to make this video like about 22 minutes maybe, because otherwise it was over 30 minutes. So I cut it out some parts of the stats from Blitz stars. You can check those on Blitz stars. As I told you, I will give you a link in the description below, and I choose some footage that can show you how effective can be this tank and how to play it, how to use the gun depression. You will see as we approaching at the front, we don't have enough of gun depression, but if we go over the tracks like I do here, moving back and forth to not get shot, and at the same time I can put some shots in, and you will see in the moment I will get hit. As I remember, I will get hit from the right side. The most important thing is that you don't want to lose your hit points. And this position gives you a chance to shoot left and right. As you can see, we are going sideways. Now we're gonna approach frontally. Let's check this out. We are approaching frontally. We don't have the gun depression. I'm moving to side, and we can shoot down. And that's how you should play it. So basically, yeah, you have great mobility. You can go around the map really fast, and that's what I'm going to do here, because the situation isn't great for me. I will get shot by multiple tanks from the enemy team, once more from this one on the bridge, and we're gonna simply move around, use our hit points, because it's, as you can see, it's 6 on 4, this 5 on 4. It's not really great, but we can pull this off. So we're gonna clear this AMX, and we're gonna run around the map itself, because we have lots of speed, you know, we have nice camo, nice view range. So if you go on front line at the beginning of the game, you can really spot a lot of enemies. And here's the Panther that was so pesky to hit me, and we're gonna clear him out, thankfully. So suddenly it's 4 on 2, and it was like 5 on 4. The team did great. I did my stuff on the other flank by being a distraction to those tanks, and at the same time by dealing damage and clearing out the guns. That's basically what you should do, especially at the end of the game. You can play more aggressive with this tank, because the armor of this tank is basically your hit point pool. So you don't really have nothing else than your hit points. So like I told you, try to avoid being focused, so trying to avoid being shoot at the beginning of the map. Try to spot for your team. If you can be a support, if you can help your team to deal damage, please do, but try not to get wrecked. And same thing I'm doing here. As you can see, I'm using my gun depression. I was trying to focus on spotting tanks at the beginning to give information for my team where the red team is going. And here we're gonna switch to HE, as I remember, because as I told you, the HE pen is great on this tank. Unfortunately, we missed, but that's only that I fluffed my shot, because the tank itself has nice accuracy, really nice, and the MX is also a quite good player, so fair enough. Let's say we're gonna try to get some shots, and as you can see, almost 300 damage from HE shell, which is really great, and you should be able to use HE as much as possible. Of course, not on Russian heavies, because Russian heavies are Russian heavies, and yeah, they have spaced armor all over the place. They have really nice armor in general, and very trollish ones. So I'm not using HE on Russian tanks, but I can use HE on other targets, mediums, heavies, German heavies, many places. I don't know if we'll be able to shoot HE here. Probably I'm not gonna risk shooting HE because it's a low HP tank and we can go around. So yeah, in this situation, as you can see, we're in the middle of the action. We're not going back, but we're using our mobility. We're going to switch to HE again, and as you can see, we can easily penetrate him with HE. And I'm always on the move, trying to be always on the move, because you have the mobility, you have the nice dispersion on the move. You can shoot on the move. You can try to irritate. And look at this. We're gonna switch to HE. As I remember, we're gonna take a shot. Unfortunately, we missed. We're gonna switch to HE because we can pan the sides with HE. And we're using mobility going around this tiger. We're gonna out DPM him. We're gonna go below so he can shoot us. And it's suddenly it's the only enemy that's left. So we're just trying to bait his shots, go around him, do some damage. I think I'll switch to HE finally. I think so, at least. Probably, yeah. We switch to HE. As you can see, back of the tank, no problem. Side of the tank, if it's flat, no problem. We can deal enough damage with HE. Really, really a lot of damage. So yeah, great tank. I really enjoy it. You should, if you used to playing light tanks, and if you know how to play light tanks, and you know how to use the best spots on the maps to spot the enemies, if you know how to use your tank effectively by using its mobility and using its camo and basically gun depression and the high DPM, you can really do a lot of damage. I had many games where I was at the top of the damage on the team, because this tank can really do a lot of damage in very short time. It has almost 3k DPM on HE. As I told you, it's over 3k, it's almost 3.1k. So it's really, really great to use this DPM. You simply need to find a position where you can deal those, when you can hit those shots and deal this damage. As you can see, we're not trying to push over here because there's a T49, pesky T49 on the other side, and his shell will give me a hard time. But as you can see, my amigo here is pushing, so we're gonna push with him. Even though there are 3 tanks, we're gonna do some serious damage here. We're gonna switch to HE again, because we have 2 light tanks, 1 medium, one light tank, but basically 2 of them are paper, so we can switch. And unfortunately, the T49 gave us a hard time, but we're still gonna push on those 2. The Dracula is alone. My amigo here has full hit points, so I will let him go first, and then I will push. As I told you, try not to get focused. If you're not getting focused, that means you can deal a lot of damage, and at the same time you will save your hit points, and your hit points will be useful, especially by the end of the battle, where when in the situation when you get like 3-on-1, you really will struggle to deal anything if you don't have any HP points left. So if it's possible, simply try to avoid being shot. This T49 really gave us a hard time, and now we have to be really, really careful. And thankfully this IS is not focusing us, and the trollish Russian armor gives us a bit of a situation here where we just keep bouncing this side of the IS-5, which is really, really annoying. But we'll be able finally to get our shots, clear them out, and yeah, basically we have to now try to get as much cover as we really can, because otherwise we will get deleted real soon. So we're dealing damage, hiding our hull, as you can see, trying to stick out only the turret and the side. By going sideways, we can do one more great thing by going back and forth and hide our tank. So we're gonna try to get one more shot. I don't remember if we, yeah, probably we won't be able, but at the end will be the epic one when I engage the SU-152, and as you can see, the SU took out our one of our remaining teammates. now I'm gonna reset the camo. I know where the SU is, so basically now I'm gonna use my camo of a light tank, and I'm gonna use my speed and my view range to take some info on the position of the SU, exact position, to give any info to my remaining teammate. Yeah, the guys are trying to do a good thing by telling where he is and try to avoid him, but I know what I'm doing. I know this SU doesn't have dispersion. ISU can really deal damage, but he was not expecting me from this side, and now I can use this little bridge over here. My teammate can shoot him once, and now we can try to use our gun depression, back up, bait the shot, and now it's all over for the ISU. I don't know why this ISU was pushing on me. I have the mobility, he doesn't have the turret, so basically in this situation there's nothing, simply nothing he can do to deal with me, and that's the best way to play this time. Hope you enjoyed those games. I really enjoyed them by playing, and I found them to be nice to show you. So I think this game will be the last in this video. As usual on Canyon, I'm going in the middle, and I'm fighting with some most nasty tanks over here. In this game I was tuning with my subscriber Martin. Welcome, thanks for this game, Martin. Yeah, we're playing a lot, we are having fun, so maybe if you want to play with us, we can make a training room just to have fun and play some games. So if you want, just send some info in the comments, give me your comments on it, or you can join my Discord. There will be a link in the description below where we can chat, and we can play some games if there are gonna be enough people to play with. So yeah, sometimes especially now during mad games, I'm just playing mad games because why not? It's fun, it's really interesting, and it's something different. Especially that there are many due to this coronavirus situation, there are many new players or players that really rarely play this game. They don't have really much of a skill, and they basically making this game hard to play, because basically when you have 40 VR players playing at tier 8, tier 9, I don't mind it during the mad games, in the mad games mode, because there you won't lose your VR, and it's basically to have some fun. That's why I'm playing the mad games. I'm just a bit of grinding my tanks or having fun, or just playing more super Pershing and ram the hell out of the reds, because this is a drift king. If you haven't played super Pershing in mad games and you have it, try it. It's so fun, so fun to play it. So yeah, you will enjoy it. I'm sure you will enjoy it. So yeah, that's one thing. I finished grinding RU. I was able to buy a Leo PTA and play a few games in it. And if it's stock, you're gonna suffer a lot, because stock tank is really bad. The gun isn't that bad. Even stock gun isn't that bad. It's basically the same gun as you have on RU, so it's not bad. But it has worse penetration range, but still, it's not a bad gun. But the mobility is terrible. You're moving like almost like a lever. You have like 30. The top speed I was able to get this was like 35 kilometers per hour, which wasn't really great, and yeah, it's really hard. Probably I will use to play it a bit more in mad games, just to get some grind, because the equipment, the top modules are really expensive. Like the gun costs like 75,000 experience, and it will take quite a lot of time to get it. Of course you can use free XP, and I'm trying to use free XP, but I'm waiting for the new Japanese TV line. That's why I'm not trying to just burn my free XP. I burned some free XP on the PTA just because I want to. I knew that the grind will be quite hard, and I decided to buy it just to use it while the mad games are here. So yeah, just to have fun, some grind, and won't lose my VR, because stock tanks in most cases are really painful to play. And yeah, that's what I do it. So basically, this is the end of the game. We will have some situation here where we're gonna. I won't spoil you. You will see in a moment. So basically, hope you enjoyed this review. Hope this will give you some info how to play the tank, how to run it, where to run it, how to use the gun depression, and that this is a really fun tank to play. And if you don't know how to play light tanks, this is a nice tank to learn. And basically that's all for this video. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, and help me to make my channel grow, so I can make more videos for all you guys and help more of you. So basically that's all. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.